wish success to your podcast. So I become famous together with you.
So Jacqueline, thank you so much for having this to coming on this session, because I already had a word with like a lot of people before you and after you. Yeah, so
Thanks for having me.
right. And I approached to you and you just said it yes in just one click. You didn't ask me anything about the channel. You didn't ask me anything about my profile, and you just said it yes in just one click by the blink of an eye. I was very happy because she said yes, because I approached to her like on the basis of right thing, that if she can I saw your profile, you are having like almost 10 years to 10 to 11 years experience. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So in that basis, and you are doing very great in your career. So it's not like that I am someone, I am from the like big company, or I'm judging here to people like or invite. It's just like that I just want to spread the awareness, the mistake that I did in my past career. And everyone, you and me and everyone, has did some mistakes in their lives. The main purpose is how we can grow from there, how we can choose the right path from it, and how we can implement it, those things in the right way. So this video will be on that phases only, and main purpose of this channel, I just wanted to learn at that phases when I did mistakes, but I didn't get a chance. But yes, the viewers who will be here, they will get a chance to learn from our mistakes, so that will be more impactful for them. So let's quickly get back to the main question. First, you have to give your introduction.
Hi, my name is Svetlana Kosmach. Originally, I'm from Russia. Right now, I'm living in Bali, Indonesia. I am the regional director of Australian and New Zealand region here in the Scheme AdTech platform, and also I'm taking care of open RTB partnerships at the same company. So I was born in Russia, and then I finished my school years there basically, and then I moved on and I basically did college in New Zealand. I did economics there, and then I decided that I don't really want to do economics anymore. I feel like I'm more talkative, outgoing, and really want to spend my life talking and communicating with people, which is why I've decided to go into hospitality and tourism industry. And so I went to Switzerland to the university to study hotel management. So I did my bachelor's degree there, and at the meantime I was working as well for like a year there in different hotels. So basically my background is all about hospitality, is all about service, talking to people, making sure that everyone is happy, etc. Obviously, I've started from, let's say, from the bottom. So I was a waitress, I was a housekeeping supervisor as well, the person who is checking the rooms after they've been cleaned, the person who is basically walking around the floors and checking the hotels. So I obviously did everything from the bottom, because this was a completely new industry for me. In my school years, I did do some summer jobs, for example. So I am working since I remember myself. But my first real-time job was actually back in Russia after my uni. I went to a big 5-star hotel, and I started working from the bottom there as well. Then afterwards, I've transferred between different hotels and in between the industry, and I've basically always been very active, and I always did my job well. So the management always saw it. So I basically went up from one department to another, from one hotel to another, and I was basically building my career there in the hospitality industry until a moment when I realized that I don't want to do it anymore, and this is not something that I'm really passionate about. I did like it, and I am very happy that that was there in my life, because I think it brought a lot to my life and to my future career as well. But I've decided to open my own business, because my goal in life was also in earning money and becoming a businesswoman and managing different departments. So it was really interesting for me to kind of find this new passion of mine. And so I opened a bookshop, and I managed it for more than 4 years. It was going well, but again, I found myself a little bit bored. I wanted to do something bigger. I wanted to do something more, and this bookshop kind of didn't give it to to me. So I've decided to close it and then go further. And I didn't know what to do, to be honest. At one point in life, there was really nothing that I was passionate about. I did not know where to find it, so it found me. I got a request from one of the social medias from a person that was like an HR that was looking for salespeople. I thought that I'm bigger than that, but I decided to do it anyway because it was a new industry. It was IT. It was programmatic advertisement, basically what I'm doing right now as well. So this was around 4 or 5 years ago when they basically hired me as a regular salesperson. And that's where my journey started. And that's where I found my new passion that right now I think is with me for a lifetime because I really enjoy what I do. So basically I started as a salesperson, and that company was only working in one country. So I've decided to expand it. It was really interesting for me. So I went to the CEO. I talked to him. I explained my plan. I explained what I need from him in order to this plan to come true. And he did. He did believe in me. He believed in the product itself. So we went further. And when I was leaving the company 2 years later, we were already working in 12 countries. So this was something that I did for the company and what I really, really enjoyed achieving. It was extremely interesting. The product itself was wonderful that I was in love with, and I'm still in love with the same product basically, but in different companies. So I went on to one company, from one company to another, and then I ended up in Scheme where I'm working right now. So right now what I do is I manage a team, the regional team that is taking care of Australia and New Zealand, and basically working with different media agencies as well as brands. It's not just some unknown brands. We are working with Acer, Norton, Coca-Cola, Mercedes, etc. So it's big world-known brands that are doing their media or awareness advertisement around the world, not just in Australia, but I'm just taking care of this region. And also we are selling traffic to the other DSPs and other platforms that are interesting in the same. So yeah, that's pretty much my path. There was not much of personal life, to be honest, but my personal life is, I don't think it's very needed here because, to be
No,
honest, yeah,
totally.
my
Yeah.
professional life all came from these points of my works and my places and people that I met on the way.
That was like the roller coaster ride for me, Svetlana. Thank you so much for this brief introduction. Luckily, I'm so blessed that I'm having this opportunity to discuss with you that who's having the like career in different segmentation, like from the hospitality, from the bookshop owner, you were there, and after that you got the opportunity to getting into the programmatic industry. So like I am like right now I'm having the discussion with the person that who can having their own individuality and can switch from any time to any department, grab the things easily. And so I just wanted to know, like as you have mentioned like earlier that you have started your days at that time. I know hospitality and for the basically the programmatic is bit different, not for bit different, it's just exactly the opposite. So how did you manage that stuff? How did you deal with that?
If you're talking about the beginning of your way in the career path and you're ready to take the challenge and start from the bottom, I don't think that that experience is extremely important. What is important is how interested the person is in actually changing the industries and in actually learning about the new product, learning about the new industry, learning about the company that they want to work with. I think this is the most important thing that me personally I look at when I hire people to my team right now as well. So me coming from hospitality to IT industry, it actually helped because I was already understanding that people need service, how to give it to them, how to talk to people, how to present myself when I need it, etc. And that was actually very good for a salesperson because that's what salesperson should do, but then also sell on the way. So that actually helped me. But no matter from which industry to which industry you're going to, as far as you are genuinely interested in doing that and you're really ready to learn to work, let's say day and nights, obviously not day and nights literally, but still, like if you're ready to kick ass and basically sit there and complete those KPIs that they're putting in front of you, then there is no time limitation, or there is no other limitations in order for changing the industry, as far as I believe, at least.
Okay, so it means if we want to get into some other interested according to our interest, according to our passion, it doesn't matter that from which industry we are coming from. It's just about the learning process. It's just about your dedication. It's just about the right way to choose the things. What would be the beneficial for this, right?
Yes, that's something that I believe. Yeah. Well, we are obviously talking not about the management positions or something like that, because of course, right now when I'm at my position in Ischemia, I always work not just with my teams, but always work with the clients that I've been in this industry for a while, and I need to understand the technical side of the platform. I need to understand the product itself, and that came with years of experience. Of course, you can't learn that in a week or so. So of course we're talking about the starting positions, but if you are passionate and dedicated in changing your career path, then this shouldn't be a problem at all.
Okay. And what was your approach for that? Like if you are coming from non-technical background, coming to this ed tech and you are not for that tech savvy, how it will be done? Like you have you faced some any technical issues over it?
Well, in the beginning, of course, there were a lot of questions that I couldn't answer. There were a lot of things that I needed to learn. There were a lot of videos and articles that I needed to watch and read. So in the beginning, of course, this is a challenge that you have to take and you have to overcome in order to become a professional. But after a while, you already understand the product. If you are really interested in that, you keep reading the news, you keep reading the articles, you keep talking to different people and meeting them, and that's how you basically understand it very deeply, and then you become the part of the industry yourself. So I think this is also about the dedication itself. If you think that you can just, watch a couple of videos that they gave you at the learning session in the beginning of your employment, then this is probably not a long term, and this is probably not going to work for you. But for me, I truly believe that I found my passion and the industry that I want to stay at, and I've been staying here for nearly 5 years already. And for me, it is really interesting who bought which company, which technology is new on the market, which ad formats actually came out this month, etc., etc. So you're always within the industry, reading all these things and talking to all these people, and that's how you become more professional and more understanding in these technological things as well. Even though that I have no tech background, and if I look at code, I basically have a panic attack because I don't understand a single thing.
So, okay. So for that reason that I just wanted to know also, like when you are not from that industry, might be you have like you already told me that you have faced a lot of issues with the tech things and all that. You continuously go. So your team was also supportive, and I know that the company is also giving like proper training to the new employees and all that stuff. But the thing is, whenever you want to get something new, whenever you want to learn something new, it doesn't mean that the everyone or apart from you everyone will like provide you the support. It's just the thing, you are the one person, you have to come forward for your learning, for your new beginnings. And if you are very like originated for that things and you are ready to learn, I think that you can grab the things. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, for sure. For me, actually, my situation with my first company in this industry was that I was hired in the middle of high season. So when I was hired, no one really had any second to spare and answer my questions or whatever else. So basically, they gave me a bunch of articles to read, and I was just sitting there and reading them for a couple of days. And then on the third day, they gave me a phone and they said, "You have to do cold calling. We need now. It's high season right now. Go." And I didn't even have a chance to kind of do these test calls and everything. So I just went out there and I started. Obviously, my first ones weren't the best. I was scared. It was basically my first cold calls in my life, and plus a new industry and everything. So obviously it was a challenge. But then when you kind of overcome that after your fifth, 10th, it's becoming easier. And then clients started asking all those questions that I had no idea what they even mean, not just the answer itself. So I just started writing them down and saying, "Yes, thank you so much. I'll get back to you in the email," etc., etc. And I started Googling all these words and letters and things that I didn't don't even know what a CPM is basically, which is really like very, very obvious. But for me back then, coming from hospitality, CPM was something out of the cosmos maybe. So yeah, I started writing down all these letters. I started writing down all those questions. I started Googling, started reading, started coming to each of the other managers in the office and just pinging them like to answer all my questions. And that's how you basically learn, because when someone asks you a question, you panic, you ask somebody else, and then you learn the answer to this question. And then further on, when all this basically words and terms are gonna come up again in the talks with other clients and other partners, you're already gonna be very confident in your answers basically. So yeah, it doesn't have to be a training or doesn't have to be a support from your team or your management all the time, even though of course it is very useful, but from yourself, if you want to learn about the industry, if you want to learn about the product, you have to take it into your own hands and basically go out there and learn.
Yeah, definitely. I'm totally agree with this statement and for the and like example as well. Like I also have this belief because until and unless you are not walking on the ground, you cannot run on the ground. There always be a first time, right? For that thing also.
Sure.
Yeah, right. So have you ever faced any issues between the barriers from you and if you are coming from the Russia right now? Still you stays in Russia only?
I live in Indonesia.
All right. So basically, have you faced any issues regarding the barriers between the languages, barriers between the region, race, or anything related to demographical segmentations between the organization? If you are ready to give me the answer, it's okay. If not, then it's also fine.
Yeah, actually, I've just never faced any of that. I don't know if it's just me or generally people in this industry are very open-minded, but I've never had any kind of racial or gender discrimination. It was always fine with me. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So I think you were very good in your the work. That's why a company was very like good to you. And it's not like about the individuality. It's just like about the nature, just like about the dedication of that personal employee, how they're working. That's why always company used to support and the employee always give the support to that person. And yeah, coming back to the basically the third part. Any instances that you want to share with me or for the viewers that if you have faced anything related to the deadline or related to anything that you were not about to fulfill those KPIs or about to any target deadline, if you were thinking you had that process in your mind that I will not be able to do that within given specified period of time, I will not be able to meet deadline. If I will not be able to meet that, it will be impacted the relationship between me as an employee to my company. It will be more impactful, or obviously it will give some harmness to our performances. It will give some negative things because if I'm not be able to fulfill the client's client requirement, obviously. But have you ever faced, if you have faced, how did you deal with that? Like you approach to your manager for that to scaling the deadline, or you just approach to the advertiser if we can have like a lot of time, if we can have like 2 to 3 extra days to fulfill these KPIs. How did you manage those mechanism between your manager within your company and within your clients?
I don't think there is one right answer to this question, to be honest. It always depends on the situation and on what you actually have to achieve. So I think there were dozens of different situations within my years of work where I had to either come to the client and explain some mistakes that I've made or come to the management and talk to them. But I just believe in being truthful to everyone, no matter if you're selling, if you're buying, if you're just talking to someone, you always have to say the truth and explain the situation, how it's better. When you're working in a company and you want to achieve some good partnership with the other, with your clients, with your partners, with your management as well, you always know what good you can do to them. So maybe there is also something bad that you can do to them, but then don't do it. Go further and explain what you want to do for them to feel good and to keep good and to keep this partnership on a good level. So this happens all the time together with the management, with the clients, with partners, doesn't matter. We are all human beings, no matter what happens. If you did something wrong, or if you think that somebody else did something wrong, I think that always discussion with words from your mouth is always the best way to overcome that. So I've had situations when I had to explain my mistakes, and I had to apologize a million times, or I had to ask for something in return when I didn't give them anything in return, for example, is just my way of saying exactly what happened and explaining the situation. And I think that everything will work out. But generally, my problem in the beginning of my career here in AdTech was that I believed that I'm very smart and I can keep everything in my mind, and I don't have to ask for any help. I can do everything by myself. But then after a while, that actually became like a stone on my road, and I understood that you don't always have to be like that. You can always ask for help, first of all, and it's not just from your colleagues or management or other human beings, but also from technologies. For example, from the beginning, when I just came to this industry, I hated CRM systems and I never used them. So I always thought that, oh my God, I can remember everything, I don't need anything. And then after a while, you realize that you promised someone to do something and you've never done it, just because it slipped out of your mind, just because the email got lost somewhere in the spam inbox or somewhere else. And then you obviously either lost money for your company or lost your face before this person, because they believed in you and you basically didn't complete the task that you promised. So you need to always keep your nose up and see what's happening in the market, what's happening in the world. If there are any new apps, if there are any new websites or any new tools that can help you do your work better, why don't you use them? Especially now that we're talking about the IT industry, I really believe that this is like magic happening to us in 21st century, that we have to use, and we have to take care of this as well. And this is going to basically help you not in just your personal life, but in your job as well. And the same goes for the people in your company or the colleagues, partners, clients. Always ask for help, always ask for explanations. If you don't understand something, there is always a way to ask, sorry, can you elaborate? Can you explain? Can you please write it down, etc., etc.? Because no one is ever going to think that you're stupid. They're going to explain and you're going to become much smarter. But if they do think that you're stupid, then I think the fault is on them, because they were there on your spot one day, and they always also needed to learn one day. So if they don't understand, then that maybe this is the wrong people to talk to.
Yeah, because there always be a first time, and totally agree, because whenever you should be the first person that you should take initiate for the help.
For sure.
Other person don't know that where Svetlana or Shivang is getting stars, where I'm facing the issue. You should always take the initiative for that thing. Yeah, I'm totally agreed on that thing. The next question, I just wanted to know about the understanding. Like, have you, like, what are the achievement, if you can share with me, like in your entire career, what was the like best day for your life that you achieved something, that you had this thing in your mind that yes, today I made myself something good, and this is the like anything related to your professional life, your achievement, accomplishments, the awards, the rewards, the appreciation things from your team members or from the manager, anything.
I don't think I can choose one. Being a salesperson, most of my way, obviously, most of my achievements were in big sales, big numbers, big partners being onboarded and stuff like that. But one of my favorite moments, I think, was in my previous company, where I was head of the department, head of sales department, and I had a chance to hire anyone that I wanted, and the team could be as big as I wanted as well. So management was very open about that, and I basically hired 12 people. Most of them were just out of the university. So to me, they were just, let's say, kids, just very fresh, very green, just coming out of the university, looking at this world, like professional world, with their just fresh eyes, not understanding a lot of things. And it was really like a big achievement for me to see after 1 year, like half a year, 1 year, when I saw them grow, when I saw them completing different tasks, achieving different results, going to different departments after I left as well. And actually, one of them has taken my place now, so I'm extremely proud of them, how they and just came out of university. They wanted to learn. They came to me. They recommended each other. Some of them were friends from uni, and they really got interested in the topic, in the product, in my lessons as well. And they always asked a billion questions. They always asked for help. I sometimes was overwhelmed with that, but really, I think this is my biggest achievement, that I actually helped someone go out in the world and in the industry and actually achieve something and stay in the industry. Because I think at least as far as I know, 90% of them are still in the industry working successfully in different companies. So that was my biggest achievement so far.
Congratulations for that. And yeah, so basically, I just wanted to know. I was having this thing in my mind, like how we should define the goals for ourselves. Like suppose if I'm working in some company, if I'm getting any offer, better good offer, how should we segregate? We should run for the money, the company is giving the money, or we should sustain ourselves in the existing company, and we should give more time to learn the things, and then we will can do like take a big jump for that success. People are at the young age, they always run for the money. In short period of time, how much you can earn the money, it doesn't mean the experiences, the knowledge, the tech skill that you have. It's just about the money the companies give. And most of the people are doing these things for their career as well. They are choosing the wrong industry, they do not have any experience. Later they realize that we should not get into this industry, we did a wrong mistake. What's your approach and what's your advice to those viewers and the youngsters, people that who are switching just within the industry just for the money?
I think you should never just run after the money, because if you are not interested in the product and not interested in the knowledge that it's going to bring you, then you will not stay there for a long time anyway. So you'll not actually earn that much money as you want. So I think the main thing is always the product and the industry itself. If you want to stay there for a long time, if you feel that this is something that interests you, then the money just will come. There is a saying that if you find a job that you love, and if you do what you love, you'll never work another day in your life. And I truly believe in that, because I see it on my experience as well. I really love what I do. So for me, it's not hard to wake up in the morning and actually open up my computer and start talking, start emailing, start doing something else. So it is really important to find something that is not going to make you wake up in the morning and scream because you have to drive to the office, or just open up your computer at home, doesn't matter. It's still really, really needed to love what you do. And if right now you are in the industry that you don't really like, and you feel that you can be useful somewhere else, then I think no matter which money is there, if it's more, if it's less, doesn't matter. You should go for it. You should learn more. You should do what you love and what you're capable of. And if you're really going to be passionate about something, then the money will just come.
Okay, I believe passion for life.
Yes, I do. Sure.
Way, like if I'm having a passion to playing a guitar, I need to like put more efforts, to put more money, to give more time on it. What is your message towards to choosing the right way between the passion and just for the normal regular job?
I think it is a very hard question, because it really depends on the background of the person and what they want to achieve. I do believe that the passion is something that is more important, but if the person is really not earning anything on it and they need the money, then maybe they can do both things at the time and try to follow their dream at the same time when they have to earn. I was lucky enough that I never had any kind of creative passions or stuff like that. So I am a very pragmatic person, and I really my passion was always my job. if we're talking about this business side of the world. Yeah. I do love earning money. I do love when it hits my bank account, and it's really important for me that that keeps happening. And considering the
Everyone loves that. Loves that.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, considering the fact that I also love my job, these both things kind of mixed up and became my reality and my dream life basically. So I'm really happy to say that I found something that I love doing, and at the same time it brings me the money that is enough for my to cover my living. So I'm really happy with that, and I hope that everyone can find this passion of doing something that they love and actually earning the money on it. I do have examples of that in my life. My brother is a musician, and he's been doing that for a really long time. He did have to do both things at the same time when he was working and doing his musical career at the same time. Then he turned it all around. He did only music. Now he's back at working and doing music again, but he is kind of balancing it out. So I think it's really different for each of the persons to actually find their right way in order to feel comfortable financially and personally.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And, I just wanted to know what are your like message should you should give to the viewers that who cannot manage between the personal and professional life. Like you are from the private sector, I am from the private sector. I know how it works. Like if we are having the timings from 9 hours or 10 hours shift or like 5 hour shift, how you manage all these things? You have to give time to your family. You have to give the time to meet the deadlines. You have to be work. And right now, due to this pandemic situation, the things are getting more worse, or I should say the better. I don't know, because after getting the situation this for the pandemic, private sector have increased the revenue more, or like just they are losing the basically the benefits for from the employees perspective, because they have to work more apart from their shifts as well. So how you approach to that things, like how to manage between the personal and professional lives in the private sector?
So I believe that there are different ways to do that. There are different periods of your time and in your career and in your life when you can actually do different things. So me personally, I had experience when I had to work, let's say 12, 13, 15 hours a day, and when I had no weekends at all, etc. Right now, I'm living a bit more comfortable life when I'm working on the hours that I need, and not just 8 to 8, for example, or 9 to 6, etc. So you need to understand where on your path you are and what you need to achieve your goals, and actually choose for yourself what is comfortable for you and what is needed from you. Because of course you can't really give everything that you have to an industry or to the company that you're working for and work only 2 hours a day. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. We do need to give back as well as we are getting from the employer, but you always need to understand that personal life also has to have this place in your life, and you have to take care of that as well. With the if you feel that you are underrated, or if you feel that the company is pushing you too hard and you can't really do it anymore mentally, physically, or whatever else reasons, I do believe there are a lot of companies out there, and there are a lot of good ones. So if you really feel that you're underrated, you should go out there and look for a better job, or you should talk to your management and explain the situation of the fact that you are doing a lot and you're underpaid, or you're working too long, or and you're not feeling comfortable enough, relaxed enough, or rested enough, for example. So I do believe that first step should be to go to your management and actually talk to them. Maybe they can change something. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't understand and didn't realize that they're pushing you way too hard. If they did realize that and they do not want to change anything because they believe that this is how it should go, then you should go out there and actually look for a better job, for a better company that is actually going to take care of your physical and mental health. But you need to understand that you also have to bring something to this company. So you should always learn something new. You should always be passionate about what you do. You should always be professional in what you do. And then I'm sure one company that is good to you is going to be on your way and is actually going to take care of you as well as you will take care of them.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough because I think I got the very good insights from you because how to manage the it's just like about the things that you should take the initiative to basically to go to the management stuff. If you are working for them, obviously they will understand these things, and if you are doing very good, obviously they will do something for you, right? So, what is the thumb rule that you can give it to the viewers as a neutral way? It doesn't about the matters for the programmatic industry. It doesn't matter for the like different industry. Any worker, if someone is working for as a waiter, if someone is working as a director, if someone is working as the senior CEO, what are the like general perspective that you got to learn from your experience and entirely from the last 10 to 15 years experience? What are the thumb rules that you can define like just in one line or two lines?
But you need to find something that you are passionate about and you want to achieve. So for some people, it's achieving, I don't know, let's say $100,000 salary per month or something like that. For some people, it's achieving a big position, I don't know, CEO or something like that. For some other people, it's achieving remote work with working very little hours and spending time with their family more, etc. So there is no one rule, but you need to understand what you want to achieve, and then you need to kind of like place all those steps that you need to get there, and understand which industry, which company is actually able to give it to you. And then study, learn, talk, be out there, always try to find something new for yourself within your industry or in the other industries, you know, in order not to be just interesting professionally, but it's also going to help you in your personal life when you know a lot of things and you are interested in a lot of things, and that is going to bring you new people to your life and new passions as well, that may be going to be your next career path.
Great, great, great. Thank you, Svetlana. Thank you so much for this. And I think we should wrap up our call. That I'm very feeling blessed that this is my podcast channel and this is my first video. You will be my first guest. Got to learn so many things from you. The viewers, I don't know that how many will be watching this and how many are watching this, because this is the like first video. But yes, I have to say this, please don't reach out to Svetlana in case of anything related to immigration thing, how to get settled in that the company, how to interview, how to get into the basic thinking process, and how this is not related to the immigration thing. This is not related to anything to get how to settle from India to Russia or any reason from Russia. This is not. Please don't disturb her on that basis. Just you can like if you want to learn, if you want to like enhance your skills, just you can learn from her experiences, and you can learn from her like knowledge you can share with her, and you can reach out to her, and if you case any issues, yeah, you can contact her. So thank you so much, Svetlana. Thank you so much for your time, and you were the first person that who said yes to my like video, and you said yes, this would be more beneficial for the viewers that who are residing around the world, who will have the opportunity to learn from your experiences. So thank you so much. You didn't ask, you just came forward to give the contribution to this initiative, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I wish success to your podcast, so I become famous together with you.
Thank you.
Being all you can be tough, but